have to fulfill all of the curses that are spoken of in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 15 through 68, as well as Leviticus chapter 26, verses 14 through 46. And the question is, does the 1948 nation of Israel fulfill all of the curses that are spoken of in Scripture, or do they only fulfill some of them? In order for any group of people to claim to be the chosen people of so-called God, they have to fulfill all of the curses, because long story short, the children of Israel did not adhere to the commandments, and because of that, all of the curses fell upon them. But the question is, just who did the curses fall upon, and does today's Israel fit that description of Scripture? Like I said, for any group of people to suggest that they are the chosen, they must fit all of the curses that are spoken of in Deuteronomy, or Devarim chapter 28, verses 15 through 68.
That's
And
correct, mate.
Leviticus chapter 26, verses 14 through 46.
That's also
They
correct,
must
mate.
fit the curses where they will serve their enemies in a land that they do not know. They must have had their children sold to other people. They would be enslaved again in ships and sold into slavery. They would have poverty, sickness, disease, and they would be war stricken all over. They would have torture and anguish. And these people that Scripture is talking about, they would forget who they are. And these group of people must fit this description. They would be in a strange land that is not their own, and they would have strangers to be their head while they are the tail. I am paraphrasing what Scripture actually says. There would be great plagues to come upon these people. There would be distress, heartache, and constant pain. These people would be discriminated against, and no one would be able to help them. There would be yokes of iron around their necks, and they would speak a strange language, and they would not know who they are. And the question we should be asking ourselves today is, according to Scripture and according to history, does this group of people fit that description that is spoken of in Scripture? Do these group of people who claim to be the chosen, who claim to be the Jews, do they fit the description of the curses? Because if they do not, then there is a giant deception that is going on. But like I said, before we go any further, let's let history speak for itself. Because I am about to prove to you and show you real authentic images of the real biblical Israelites, and you're going to see exactly how they looked, and how some of the prophets looked, how some of what you call angels or messengers looked, how our Messiah, Yahusha, how he looked, the real images, as well as the real images of the other prophets and how they looked. And today we're going to go over who the real biblical Israelites were back then, and then later on, we will go over who the real biblical Israelites are today. Because just like I said, only one group of people has fulfilled all of the blessings and curses, not to mention the 400-year prophecy that is spoken of in Genesis, or Bereshit, chapter 15, verses 13 and 14, as well as Acts, or Aksim, chapter 7, verses 6 through 7. And because it's in the Brit Hadashah, or the renewed covenant, we know that it is not talking about the Egypt that occurred back during the time of Moses. It is talking about a second Egypt, and we're going to identify what that second Egypt is. But like I said, I am approaching this from Scripture itself. I'm approaching this from the viewpoint of Scripture. I'm approaching this from the most neutral perspective there is, because the truth is what makes you free. And not only that, we are going to let Scripture and history speak for itself, because many do not know, but actually what you call the Bible is a history book about one group of people. And today we're going to see who that group of people is. I am not approaching this from a religious viewpoint or from a religious standpoint. I'm approaching this from a historical standpoint. So let's get that straight, and let's get that through our heads, that Scripture is a history book about one group of people. And who are those group of people? I will let history speak
nothing is
for
impossible
itself.
for the
You are
Most
about
High.
to see are real authentic images that have been purposefully hidden from you, and these images and pictures that you are about to see are going to expose to you who the
Now,
real
who would
biblical
do this?
Israelites were, who the real
I think it's
prophets
just
were, and
jiving.
how they really looked, how the Messiah really looks, how his mother really looks, as well as how the messengers, or who you
What?
call the
He's
angels,
got
how
blue
they
eyes,
really
long
look. And
blonde
you're about to
hair.
see in old ancient paintings how they were depicted, and how the real
That shouldn't
biblical
be.
Israelites
He
were
said not to make
depicted,
no image.
and just where it really comes from. And you're going to see a bunch
Wow.
of Russian icons
Somehow
that depict and prove
something
who the real biblical
happened in the
Israelites really are, and you're going to
skies.
see the bigger agenda behind all
We
this,
do not
because
wrestle
so much
against
has been
flesh and
hidden
blood,
from
but
you. And
against
the question we need to be
principalities.
thinking about is, why has this been hidden from us? But I have done a ton of research. I've done and conducted so much research, hours and hours of research, to
We
bring
waste our
all of this to you
times
so you can see
slaving.
the truth for what it is. So here we go, and you're going to see a montage and clips of images and icons of the real biblical Israelites. And so here we are, and I'm going to scroll down, and you're going to see one of what is most known as the Virgin, and who the Messiah, and look at what their skin color is depicted as. These are real, authentic images, and you know they're authentic because they still have scratch marks all over them. But I'm going to tell you, it goes much deeper than this. There are many more images I want you to see, so let's just get right to it. Like I said, these are real, authentic pictures and images of the real biblical Israelites that took hours and hours and countless hours of research to find. And as you can see in this one here, who do you see? I will let you answer that on your own. But who do you see? You see what is commonly known as the Virgin Mary to the world. But who do you see right here? The Messiah. And what color are they? Well, that should be a real hint and clue. Not only that, but you also see this symbol right here. And if you watch my 666 and the mark of the beast, and what the mark of the beast really is, then you'll know, and you would be paying attention to know what this symbol really means. And this isn't the only place you see it, but this is showing you the real authentic picture of Russian icon of who? The Messiah and the mother. And but it goes much more deeper than that, because the images, I'm telling you, this is real truth being revealed to you today. Remember, the truth is what will make you free. I'm going to
For free, we're not charging.
Once again, we see, who does this remind you of? That's all I'm going to ask you. We see more icons.
Oh, that reminds me of my grandfather.
The Talmidim, or
Sort
disciples
of.
during the time. Now, what color is he? I will let you answer that on your own. But if
I know, he was just throwing up the satanic sign.
Picture zoomed in. Does that remind you of? What color is his skin? That's all I'm going to tell you. These are real, authentic pictures of the real biblical Israelites back then. And like I said, the question we're going to ask today is, who were the original biblical Israelites? But it's not just them. It keeps going.
Richie
Here's
Rich.
another Russian icon that shows you who the real biblical Israelites were and are. And of course, these paintings go all the way back to the 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th centuries AD. This is nothing new. It is before all of the whitewash that happened. But as you can see, here's the Messiah. What color is he? Not only that, but here are what.
Now, why would Russians have these paintings? Dun 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 dun. We're in darkness.